Hey, it's Ryan, founder of Professor Sports, and in this video, I kind of want to debunk the myth whether, hey, does a paddle make you a better player? So to my left, I have a crappy Amazon paddle that I got when I first started playing pickleball, and to my right, I got some of our paddles. We got a prime paddle and a PhD paddle. The first thing that you have to note when upgrading your paddle is what kind of player are you? Are you a power player? Do you need more control? Do you need more touch? If you need more control and your balls kind of go everywhere, these little thin, crappy Amazon paddles, they ain't gonna do you any good. See, this is like 8 millimeters or 10 millimeters thick. It's not really good, where our Professor paddles are 16 millimeters thick. So our prime and our PhD are both 16 millimeters thick. A thicker core is gonna allow you to have more control. So if you're trying to drop shot from the baseline, or you're just trying to dink and have more control, that's what these thicker 16 millimeter paddles are gonna do for you, where this little piece of crap Amazon paddle, it just doesn't do the job. Like, it's good for when you're first learning how to play for the first few games, and then if you actually wanna get good at the sport, you gotta upgrade your paddle. So that's number one. Number two is the surface material, and excuse me while I switch between my legs, right? So this Amazon paddle, it's a fiberglass surface. There's not gonna be much spin generated with fiberglass. Now, on the flip side, our PhD paddle, excuse me while I stick this in my leg, has a raw carbon fiber, T700 Toray carbon fiber face. So you hear that? That's a gritty noise. What that's gonna do is when you're hitting forehands and backhands with some pace, right, you're driving it, you're actually gonna generate that top spin, where these fiberglass paddles don't get too much of that top spin. You could still get some with this, but this definitely helps. Like, I was never a big tennis player, I was never a big ping pong player, but when I upgraded to a raw carbon fiber paddle, I noticed right away I was getting those drives to topple in every time instead of flying out of the court. So that's probably the biggest difference for me personally, is the surface. You're gonna get a lot more topspin than if you're still using these crappy Amazon paddles. The third thing is most of these crappy Amazon paddles, and I love that word today, come with these little short handles, no pun intended. And you can see our PhD has a much longer handle, no pun intended. But what a longer handle actually does is it just feels a lot better in your hand, especially if you're a taller player like me. I'm 6'3", so I have a big hand, right? You can see this, my hand almost takes up the entire grip here. Number two is you can actually get two hands on this paddle, and a lot of players like to do two-hand backhands, right? See, I can get two hands on it and get a lot of firm swings, where this crappy Amazon paddle, it's just not gonna happen, right? It's, your hands are all bunched up, like one hand takes up the whole thing. So if you want a longer grip, both of our paddles, our prime paddle and our PhD paddle, both come with these longer 5.5-inch grips. If you've ever played sports before, you've probably heard the term, it's not the arrow, it's the Indian. Well, in pickleball, it's kind of actually the arrow. If you have a shitty arrow, AKA a shitty paddle, your performance is more likely to be shitty. I promise you, the day I upgraded my paddle and started using a raw carbon fiber paddle, or just something that wasn't this little flimsy piece of plastic, my game got a whole lot better. So if you're looking to upgrade your paddle, here at Professor Pickleball, we have two paddles right now, a raw carbon fiber PhD paddle and a prime fiberglass paddle, but with a 16 millimeter core. So this is gonna give you more touch and some pop at just $59. So like, these are like $39. Spend the extra $20 and you'll see the difference. You'll get the longer handle, the 16 millimeter core, and just a whole lot better. But if you wanna spend a little bit extra and spend $40 more, you'll get the best bang for your buck. You'll get the raw carbon fiber surface, the 16 millimeter core, and the longer grip. So you'll get the spin, the control, the touch, and some power when you need it with the Professor PhD paddle. So you can find all of these in the link in the description below. Subscribe to our Professor Pickleball YouTube channel for more pickleball tips. We're gonna be posting them. And if you wanna become a professor and get featured on this channel and teach some pickleball, send us a DM on Instagram. We're looking for professors all across the nation. Thanks, guys. Go get your paddles and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.